Well, welcome to Swansea. This is the last day of the mission week that we've had here, and I'm joined by Navey, who's one of the trustees for MOET, and Lindsay, who has been speaking along with myself at the events this week. And so we thought it would be good to interview them and just ask them how they found the week. Now, Mary, this is your first mission week that you've done with MOET, actually on mission. What's been your reflections from the week?
Yes, it's been a new experience. I have been involved with MOET missions before from home. I've been supporting from a distance, but this has been an opportunity to come and join you all actually on the field. And yes, it's been fairly similar to what I expected it would be. It's been good to see Michael in action and the associates also, and Gareth. It's been good to watch how they tackle awkward questions. That's been one thing that I haven't seen from home, although I have seen Michael's talks before. The associates have been a real encouragement. They've worked really hard, they've used their gifts, they've encouraged the Christians here in the Christian Union. Lindsay's been a great encouragement coming in and doing the evening events. We've had many encouragements from the Christian Union. They themselves have worked really hard. It's been a sort of observational thing, really. I've been watching very much how they've all just really desired to share their faith with those that are around. There's masses of people here, and we've had just overload of conversation with all sorts of people. I've really enjoyed going out with the Christian Union, handing out the flyers to invite them to the events. I've just enjoyed seeing how the Christians here have been encouraged to build their confidence and invite their friends. Oh, I could tell you more and more. There's just been many reflections I've had. But yeah, I think important to say that it's shown me how much probably the team value the support that they have from people at home. Many supporters of the Evangelism Trust, I know, pray regularly, and I've really felt the value of that personally as well this week. So
great, wonderful. Now, Lindsay, this is not your first mission week you've done hundreds of mission weeks over the years. What's particularly struck you? Anything stand out from this week that you've found particularly exciting or encouraging?
I think the Christian Union is a very attractive Christian union. As I mentioned in the team meeting this morning, there was a great German church historian, Harnack, who said that the early church grew in the first 300 years for two reasons. They outlived the pagans in terms of their distinctive lifestyle, and they out-argued them in terms of giving a reasoned defence for the Christian gospel. And giving a reasoned defence of the gospel is not as effective if there isn't a loving and attractive community. And the Christian Union here, which is only numbers about 70 strong, is a very attractive community. And many people, particularly overseas students, want to belong to that group before they actually come to believe. And that's how conversion often occurs, belonging before believing. I think the second thing is the value of working in a team. We've had quite a large team here this week, including probably 8 to 10 folks from overseas who have come to observe university missions with a view to doing them back in Slovenia and Ukraine, actually in 2 weeks' time, and also in Serbia. Michael's been involved in having quite a number of folks, probably from as many as 16 or 18 countries, the last 8 weeks from other European countries. And that's how these mission events are spreading all across Europe. That's really fresh in the last few years. We tried to do that in the 80s with very limited success, but I think God is multiplying those efforts at the moment. The other striking thing this week is the engagement and the involvement of international students. One of the highlights for me was on Wednesday, as the students were giving out flyers, inviting people to the lunch bars Michael was speaking at. On that particular day, he was speaking on the uniqueness of Christ, and a minibus of 16 or 17 students turned up for the day. They were given a flyer as they got off their minibus, and they all came to the lunch bar on the uniqueness of Christ. And I thought, this is amazing. This shows how God is bringing the world, as it were, to UK universities. And Michael probably had an opportunity to very clearly explain the gospel to more things than some missionaries do over a 10-year period who are working and living in. That was an astonishing day. But in addition to that, we've seen several people come very close to trusting Christ, if not having crossed the line. Folks from China and India and Hong Kong especially. And over the years I've seen how some of these people, when they come to faith during these events weeks, they go back and they often become elders or church planters or influential figures in their home countries. The advantage of the passage of time is you can see the impact of these people who were converted in or contacted in events weeks like this, making an impact overseas. So my hope and prayer for this week would be that we'd see ripples from this events week being felt in China, Hong Kong, India, and elsewhere in the years ahead. So those are a few of the positive things from the week. The last thing would be that, as Michael would say himself, I think, it's very hard to get the phone numbers of students who are expressing interest in dialoguing further about the gospel. Often they'll give us their names and or their email addresses, but they're more reticent to give phone numbers because that's a bit more personal. But it's Friday morning now, and we've already seen at least 80 people give us their phone numbers expressing an interest in coming to follow-up meetings, either one-to-one or an alpha course beginning next week. That is pretty extraordinary. I've very rarely seen that before. See over about 60 to 70 with at least 80 names of people to phone in the next few days to follow up, and I would anticipate a few more today. So that probably shows a combination of the proclamation and the community coming together and God owning those to produce a very fruitful and encouraging and exciting week.
Great. Thank you so much for praying for us this week. We've really valued that, as we always do. Do continue to pray for the Christian Union here as they continue that follow-up now. They've got a lot of people to be phoning up over the weekend, so pray that no one gets lost in that process. Pray for the Alpha course that's going to start on Monday evening here at the university, and for all the one-to-one Uncover Bible studies that have already started to take place across the campus. And pray that the impact of this week will be felt, as Lindsay said, not just here in the next few weeks and months, but across the country and in fact across the world as the gospel goes out from here. So keep praying. Thank you for all that you've prayed for us already, and let's look forward to what the Lord will do over the next few months.